Hey guys, and welcome back to this Christmas Village episode 2. And before I go on, I want to say that the series is gonna look a little bit different, and I will upload a lot of episodes these next 2 weeks because I did realize, like I said in the first episode, that I really want to finish it all before Christmas, so have it on my channel before Christmas so I can make a nice cinematic video for you guys at Christmas time. So, and then I just realized, like, okay, that will be probably around 8 episodes from now on. I'm not completely finished, but I'm getting there. Yeah, I might upload some videos in between with just like a short introduction, or I don't know yet how I'm gonna do it, but there will be a lot and I'm not sure if I have the time to record them all. So yeah, I'm just making you guys aware that it's gonna be a pretty much not rushed series like building, but rushed series for uploading it at the channel, because I just have a lot, and I just realized, like, in 11 days it's Christmas Eve. So yeah, I need to fill that up with 8 episodes from this one. So it's gonna be around one video every 2 days, or maybe a video a day at some point. I don't know yet how I'm gonna figure it out, but we will figure it out. Okay, so let's get back to your amazing stories at the first video. Honestly, I'm having a little bit of a hard time. Like, those stories are super sad and super inspiring as well, and just heartbreaking. And I've been like sitting here at my desk for like an hour, and I'm like, okay, how am I gonna do this? Because I'm Dutch, and when someone replies when someone is Dutch and they tell you a story, you know exactly what you want to say, you know exactly how you feel, and you know exactly the right words. And I was reading the comments over and over again, and I'm like, oh, gosh, this is so sad and like heartbreaking. And then I'm like, oh gosh, how do I respond to this in English, since it's not my native tongue? So I'm just gonna try, because I really feel like I want to give you guys a little bit more attention in this series. And so yeah, it's just a little bit I don't know, it's a bit difficult, but I will do it, because I really feel I owe it to you guys, because you guys share your amazing stories. I don't even think that I can go through them all, because we had so many comments of you guys. That was just amazing. So thank you so much for that. And I read them all. I did read them all, and they were like, oh, I don't know. It's just it's so sad, and at the same time so nice to hear so many different stories. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell you a bit of the stories I wrote down to share with you guys. I don't know if you guys take some time to read them and to show some love for the people, but I'm gonna read some of the comments right now. So they are not my stories. I remember I did a video in Wonderland one time, and I was like commenting on the comments, and someone thought that it was my birthday while it was the viewer's birthday. So it was really awkward. So that's why I'm saying, like, what I'm gonna say is not my story. It's the story of you guys. Okay, so the first one was from Kevin de Jong. I think he's Dutch, probably with his last name. And he told me, I really love Christmas. As a child, I still remember that my grandparents and aunt always visited. It really hurt me so much that they both passed away in a short amount of time. My aunt is still alive and will be visiting us, which I really like. Christmas always makes me remember the fun I used to have with my grandparents. I really miss them. Thank you so much for sharing that story, Kevin. I think many people can relate to that. Like, losing, at one point you will lose your grandparents, and you might have like a really nice memory to that, or maybe you don't have any memory. That could be as well. And it's, I was even thinking when I was reading this comment, like, wow, I kind of don't even remember that much of celebrating Christmas with my grandparents. Like, my grandpa died when I was 4, so I do have some memories of my grandma, which were very nice, but I kind of didn't even think about it anymore because it's like such a long time ago. So it was really nice for me to look back at those days. Yeah, it's sad in a way as well, because you realize that you will never ever experience it ever again. So that's super sad, but at the same time, it's nice when you can look back at things in a nice way, and to look back at that during those Christmas days. So thank you so much for sharing that story, Given. Okay, next one is from Michael Dunst. Christmas for me this year will be extremely difficult. I lost my father this September, and I've yet to fully process his passing. So my mom decided for Christmas and his birthday in March, we will be leaving the country and going on a couple of family trips to keep my mind occupied. Have not even put up my tree and will not be doing presents. Hopefully next year I will not be as much as a Scrooge. I can just only say to you, Michael, I wish you like all the warmth and the strength together with your mom. Like, I can only imagine that it's just super sad. Like, your father just died in September, so it's heartbreaking. I really wish you all the love, and I really hope that you and your mom and the family trips you will get are just, making your Christmas as best as it will. Thank you so much for sharing that, Michael. Kimiko said, that's super sweet, lady. I love it. Christmas for us is spending time with family, play family games, and remember the people that are not among us anymore. This year is a very hard Christmas for us because it is the first Christmas without our big cat Revel. So we light a candle and we know that he is with us. It is also a time to realize how lucky we are. And that last thing, Kimiko's, is really a thing that I can relate to. Also, of course, losing cats. Like some of you may know, I lost 2 cats in the last 2 years, and they were like my kids. So I can totally relate to that. Like, it's always really sad when you lose a cat or an animal like a dog, or not even a family member, also animals. They can really hurt you at those days and remember you of them, and lighting a candle, I like to do that as well for them. And yes, also realizing how lucky we are is also a very good thing to do with Christmas. I totally, I don't know. It's just really something important, I guess. Okay, so we got Sabine, 89. I really love this Christmas series, thank you. This holiday means a lot to me because it was my grandfather's favorite holiday. The beginning of November, he started building a Christmas village in his living room. It really took about half the living room. He loved the lights, the small houses, and the figurines. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Sometimes he just watched it for hours, and then you could see a sparkle in his eyes. He became a little kid again. I love that about him. So I'm already crying. Don't get me wrong, I love thinking about him, but I miss him terribly. He was my best friend, and later when my grandmother also died, I felt like Christmas wasn't the same without them. And it really never became the same, but it also became a way to have them so very close to me. Every time I walk somewhere and they also build a little village, I know he is watching this with me, and I see the sparkle in his eyes again. That's why, although I miss a lot of people, I still love Christmas. It's my connection. This story is so beautiful, like that you have that kind of memories of your grandparents and your grandfather. It's just something how you tell this is so beautiful, but also so sad in a way. But it's, I don't know, it's just really heartbreaking. But I'm just, this is what I said. It's sometimes super hard to comment on these things, because it's like the most beautiful story, and it's just super hard to tell how beautiful I think this story is, even though it's super sad. So I will just thank you, Sabine, for sharing this lovely story, and I wish you all the love and strength again for this Christmas. Thank you so much. Okay, FCP Rug, he said, I have no reason to love Christmas, but I can't help but love it. I often had violent Christmas as a youth, and one of my worst memories was a Christmas one. I think I just decided that this is the one thing that nobody, no matter what, can ruin for me, and stubbornly have plodded through any negative thrown at me during the holidays. I love that life feels just a little bit different for a month or even a week. Even if it were just for one day, I love the lights and glitz, and that for one day people accept my overhyped mentally as just normal. My sister and I are just nuts about it, and it helps keep our bond and sense of family. Merry Christmas and a proper crimbo. No, I have no idea what a crimbo is, but I love your story. Like, this really... It's just really funny how you talk about your sister and you being nuts about Christmas, and you have such a nice family bond. So thank you so much for that. It's really a nice story. I got Lisa Faith. I can relate to your boyfriend. My aunt passed away around Christmas time for breast cancer. We celebrate Christmas because my whole family gets to spend time together. We don't really know how much time we have, so we make the best of it. My aunt Karen was a very generous woman. She would always buy presents for me, even though she didn't have much money. This Christmas, both my grandmothers are getting a special present for me. I'm going to tell them I'm engaged to my boyfriend, so this Christmas will be so special. Congratulations on your engagement. It's just an amazing feeling, I can imagine, and I really look forward to your story, how they react on your special Christmas present. So please let me know, Lisa, and thank you so much for sharing your story. I really am super happy for you that you're engaged right now. It's super nice. Okay, so we got CDP Nay. I still love Christmas, my favorite season, but Christmas since my adulthood hasn't felt enjoyable as it was since my childhood. Growing up is part of it, but I enjoyed spending time with Christmas with my cousins, and I lost my closest cousin 8 years ago. I still love Christmas, and I still get good presents, but Christmas has felt different as an adult. I think many of us that are like in 20s, maybe older. Oh no, I think when you're just a kid, then Christmas is all about the Christmas presents and that kind of stuff. But I can relate to that. When you get older, Christmas starts to feel a little bit different, but still it's nice and joyful. But things happen in your life as the stories we have. You lose family members and yeah, you just look different to Christmas. I can relate to that. It's enjoyable for some it's not, but it just changes when you're growing up. I got a story from Martin Albertson. We always having friends and family over for dinner, play games and watch movies, celebrating that the Son of God is born. My wife and 2 daughters are very big fan of Christmas, and we are building trees and little villages with lots of lighting, and watch all Home Alone movies, and The Muppets Christmas Carol is one of the favorite. It's also a time that you miss your loved ones and think back to them. So Christmas is in our family an important really important. And we wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Martin. I believe that it's super nice to share that with your daughters and just watch the movies. I think everyone has seen Home Alone and The Muppets Christmas Carol. For me, my favorite movie, is it called Santa? I think it's just called Santa, isn't it? I'm not really sure. Like, you have like the different movies. I think it's like 4 parts or something. I think it's just Santa. The guy that falls, the Santa that falls from the roof, and then I don't remember the actor's name, but he takes over his clothes and then he becomes Santa. I think it's just Santa. Oh, tell me if I'm right or not. Thank you, Martin, for sharing your story. Patrick Redding. I've always loved Christmas. I enjoy making people happy through gifts or just helping them out in any way I can. I especially love Christmas now because I have 2 children. Waking them up on Christmas morning and seeing their faces when they see the gifts that Santa has brought them is truly magical. I also really enjoy your videos and I wish you very Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas too, Patrick. And the story, how you just told it just really, like, talking about Home Alone, it really gives me that feeling when you see like the huge family with all those Christmas presents. I just have that image in front of me when you tell the story about your 2 kids waking up and see all those Christmas presents. It's super nice. Thank you so much. I want to end this episode with a very nice story as well, and it's shared by Michelle Lewis, and that's what I'm gonna end this series with, at least this episode, I mean. For me, Christmas has always been about the warm feelings we get because everyone around us seems to be nicer and happier, and my only issue is that we cannot seem to maintain we cannot seem to maintain it through the year. Such a shame we can't keep that with us all the time. To paraphrase an epic Christmas movie, Scrooge, Bill Murray, Christmas is the time where we become the people we have always wanted to be. As an adult, I enjoyed the build-up more than the actual day, choosing gifts for the people I love, buying and decorating the tree, writing and sending cards, Christmas movies whilst wrapping presents, but the last few years have been more special again on Christmas Day, and I think that is because I have 2 young nephews and seeing the wonder and excitement they have is infectious. One last note before I finish rambling this year. Whilst doing shopping trips, I have bought additional items and donated them to a local food bank via my workplace. It is a sad reality that there are a large proportion of people out there who don't have enough to make Christmas a celebration. Heck, they barely have enough to get by. So I have purposely made sure that I do not forget that fact, and I do my small part as best I can, in the hopes that it brings Christmas cheer to at least one other person who otherwise would not. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a prosperous, I hope I said that right, and a Happy New Year. Now that last thing, thank you, Michelle, so much for sharing that story. I think that is something we could all do, right? Like I said in the first video, just show some love to the people that share their stories, who are brave enough to share their stories. And that is also like a small part to just show some love for the people that have a really hard time. And I think that totally fits this whole story we are getting right now. Like, do something really small for the people that maybe don't even have the chance to buy a gift, or go to some homeless area where you can help out, or I don't know, make some soup. I don't know, just something small that will be so nice to do. Thank you. That's really inspiring. Thank you so much, Michelle Lewis, for sharing that. And at last, for the last thing I wanted to say, because I had some really nice stories as well from Charlie Thornton. Sven Houtkamp, Alex Banana, David Spring, Coaster Master, and Vanessa Salnave. Thank you so much also for sharing your stories. Everyone can read them back in the comments of the last video. Really, I just send you all my love and strength as well this Christmas, and thank you so much for sharing your story as well. I'm gonna wrap it up for this episode, guys, and again, thank you all so much for sharing the stories. Please keep on doing that, keep on supporting each other, and enjoy the rest of this video, which is the first part of building a Christmas inside area, dome-ish. I really love it outside. The inside is a thing that I'm still not sure of, but I think I will tweak some stuff in the end as well. I will first finish up the whole little area we are building right now, and then I will get back in the last episode to do some more small detailing and some put in some more scenery and that kind of stuff. So I really just enjoy, I really hope you guys enjoy. Please leave a like at the video, it really helps the channel, and subscribe if you already haven't. Tell me your amazing stories, and I will just hope to see you all back in the next episode. Thank you guys so much. Bye guys.